Welcome to In Bed with Natasha. I'm here with my very special guest this morning, Diane Pernet. Good morning.
Good morning,
Thank
Natasha.
you for joining me in bed. And I hear this is your second time in bed with somebody. I hope not in your life.
not in my life, but last time was Kelly Catrone in New York, probably 5 years ago. This is it, second time.
Wow. Well, I have to say, for my own project, starting this project, that it's pretty much a dream to have you in my bed here, because you're one of the people that I definitely wanted to interview. For those of you who don't know Diane, which I'm sure most of you do now, especially because of such your iconic look that you've maintained over the years. And last night I was scrolling through some old photos of you with that, and you say you should put these photos on your website, which is A Shade of Your Fashion, where you said, oh look, rare photos of me with flat hair. And I thought, I want to see those. And it was always like, wow, look, you know, it's like, and I thought that was amazing you put that. And I can imagine all the people that went up there thinking, I want to see what she looks like with flat hair.
Yeah, no, it took me a long time before I could deal with actually putting on flat hair pictures. But yeah, since so many people asked, it's like, okay. And also, you know, with the festival, there's that exhibition, Shadows of an Icon, which was the idea of Cristiano Segafredo, and he asked me to go through all these old pictures and send things.
Yes. So, well, I have to say you look very beautiful, by the way, but I was really curious at what moment this hairstyle came about and you decided to, you know, wear this headroom, etc. How did it all come about, and where did it come from?
Everything with me, in every aspect of my life, is just really organic. I had flat hair when I started designing back in the 80s.
Yes.
And then it started like slowly. I'm not very tall. I'm 5'2". So I wanted to be taller. I always felt I was meant to be taller. So I wear like platform shoes, and my hair just kept rising. And the veil, that was probably maybe 7 years ago, okay. Maybe longer.
Yeah. Maybe.
But it wasn't, like in New York it was high hair but no veil. So
we could still expect something completely dramatic, a transformation. We don't know what will happen in the future. It just might feel complete total veil, basically. But you founded your website, which has now become such a reference for so many people working within fashion, and more so film, really, because you pretty much coined what has become fashion film. Which has been really interesting, and there's been more and more development of it, encouraging more people, and it's becoming a serious, almost, you know, serious career path for many as well. How did this all come about?
It's funny because I had the idea to do a fashion film festival probably in 2001, and there wasn't enough material. There was runway shows, making up, but there was nothing really, not films. Not that they never existed, because of course Guy Bourdin used to do like films, and of course there are things like Who Are You, Polly Magoo by William Klein. But in 2006, you know the British brand Ely Kishimoto?
Yes, of course, I know Mark Ely as well.
I love Mark, he's such a wild guy.
He's fun.
Anyway, he asked me if I would do a road movie for the launch of his menswear collection, and it was the Gumball Rally.
Yeah.
Where you have like rich guys, fast cars, hot girls, fast cars, 3,000 miles in 6 days. So I did the film. It was the best fun ever, and it was like an 18-minute film called Adventure Pleasure. I showed it to my correspondent in LA for the blog, and he goes, "Oh, you want to screen it in LA?" Like, I said, okay, why not? And then the next day, my correspondent, Enrique Gonzalez from Mexico City, out of the blue, he sent me a fashion film. And I thought, I don't want to just screen my film, let's make a festival. So it was very organic, but it was really a curated program more than a full festival. And it started, I thought, LA is known for movies, but certainly not fashion.
No. No.
And Paris was known for both. But I thought, because I was based in Paris, this guy was based in LA, so I thought, let's give LA something to do with fashion first. So it started as, it was called You Wear It Well.
Yes.
And it was like a curated program. Yeah, kind of taken from, what's his name, the singer? Oh, God.
Oh, we'll think about him later.
Anyway.
From the Cramps.
Yeah, it's like
it's like you got good taste. It's like that kind of you wear it well, something like.
So that lasted for like 2 years. It went 12 locations, 12 cities in a year. But I realized that out of 24 locations in 2 years, I was responsible for 22 or 20, and he was responsible for 4. That wasn't really very balanced.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, I'm going to do it by myself because this LA style is...
Yes.
Whatever he did was great, but it was not very... And then in 2008, I started a real festival, 3 days at the Contemporary Museum, Jeu de Paume in Paris, and then the following year at Centre Pompidou. And it's been there ever since.
And it's been, and you know, there's so many writing websites now. I've noticed that Nowness is now doing so many fashion videos.
And some great ones.
Yeah, so, and you know, also, it's no longer just photography in fashion, it's also video is slowly becoming more and more important and relevant, basically, for clients especially, as moving into a digital age. When did you start to feel really comfortable with digital as a medium? Because again, you're one of the first people to have really pioneered working digital, having a website. I read someone said that you're a blogger, but do you consider yourself a blogger?
No. It's like, because I come from so many different backgrounds. I mean, I was a fashion designer for 13 years in New York. Before that, I studied film. Yes, in February 2005, I started my blog when I think Brian Boy had one, but that was about it.
That is exactly.
So if you think about it, February 2005, maybe 3 fashion blogs existed, and you had economy, food, politics, those blogs.
Yeah.
And now there are, what, millions and millions
of them.
And it's funny. It's because I also used to have, it wasn't my site, I was a consultant for something called Icons, IQONS. And Brian Boy was in it. We made also the first print magazine from a website. Like, you'd continue the story and what. So I like being a pioneer. And then 2006, it was the starting the festival while you were, well, the curated program. The festival was 2008. I like just carving my own path.
Yes.
And I don't have a strategy. I mean, I guess I should have a strategy.
Well, I think one of the things that I really admire about what you do, and also you being even here during Alta Roma, is the fact that you're still really supporting both things that are successful and young initiative and emerging festivals or artists or video makers or fashion designers. Do you think that that's what keeps you inspired personally?
Yeah, of course. I mean, there's a couple reasons for that, I suppose. One, I was an independent designer, and I know, like, especially now in the past 10, 15 years, that everything is based on advertising. Because I used to also work at Elle.com.
So you know a little bit about it.
Yeah, you can cover your advertisers, and maybe one that's not an advertiser. Because I was on the websites of both of those. So I know how difficult it is to have the platform that you need.
Yeah.
So I like to promote all talents. It's like I gave Woodkid his first concert.
Wow.
You know, and Johan Lemoine, he's the one actually that did that illustration.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's always on the old website. It's on the new one. But I love creativity in whatever form it is, and I really like to support it. But I think you also need the reference of people that have been doing it for ages, like Bruce Weber, Alan von Unwerth. I think also in order to promote new talent, you need names.
You have, but I also think you have found a unique way. You haven't sold out at all in what you've done. And I don't want to put names or say that other people have or make any judgment. But I think it's very interesting the way that you stay very much true to your art and what you do. How difficult is it to find money to do the projects that you want to do without selling out? Because we know essentially whatever you want to support, you need to have the funds.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's a very good point. Because I've never been chasing after money, but believe me, I welcome it. It's not like, now it's very difficult actually. But now we're becoming an association.
Okay.
And now I have like a board of directors.
Wow.
They're like 10 of us. They're like, I'm not the president, I'm the vice president. And David Herman, who's been working with me for 6 years, going on 7, he'll be like the secretary. But I chose, it was really funny, because I was going to put a friend of mine as president, because I said, like, okay, you have a position, a nice title, you have absolutely no power, you'll be my mouthpiece, and you won't get paid. Do you want the job? And then I was talking to this guy that's a director general of the festival in Montreal, where my festival went, called Montreal Festival Nouveau Cinema. It's a fantastic festival. And he said, no, that's not the way you do it. You have powerful people as president and treasurer who are very busy.
Exactly, who could just make the call, get you the money.
And so I, through a good friend of mine, Marco Dubé, he's like a fantastic designer. Someone, when I was a designer, when I used to look at Bill Cunningham's pages, which I was always in, with 30 pages of fashion, like, I'd always look at Marco Dubé and I think, God, this guy's brilliant. He draped like, well, Madame Grey asked him to drape the collection after while she was still alive. And this guy, and finally, like I'd call, I never got a call back or anything. And Mark periodically would say, did you ever get a hold of Emmanuel? Emmanuel is the lawyer that's took care of Madonna when she was sued by Mary Le Pen.
Oh, okay, so there you go. You need to get in touch with him.
And this guy, he's 42 years old. He's been practicing law since he was 20.
Wow.
He's a genius. He has the most beautiful energy of any person I've ever met. I mean, he's just absolutely fantastic.
And he's going to be helping you with
these. He's my president.
Wow. Okay, then.
He's my president. And I told him, I said, for the next edition at Centre Pompidou, which I hope your viewers could maybe submit films.
I'm sure, exactly. So we're asking some viewers then. We can submit films. Please submit films.
The deadline's August 31st.
Fantastic.
And the festival is November 21st, 22nd, and 23rd at Centre Pompidou.
Okay.
Under 5 minutes. But
under 5 minutes of films, okay.
But I asked him, I said, I'd really love, as my special guest, Charlotte Rampling.
Oh, amazing.
She's my kind of woman.
Yeah.
She's like very strong.
Yes.
I love strong women.
Yeah.
And she's just, I just find her amazing and like for her and why everything she's ever done. Just the fact that she exists. And also that she exists as she is.
Yes.
She's
real
and authentic. And he goes, okay, well, let me see, like I can talk to her because he's her lawyer.
Oh, okay. So maybe then she'll be.
It's not confirmed yet.
Okay.
It's not confirmed. We have Steve Hyatt as a master class. That's confirmed. But it's great because we have our meetings once a month in his office, which is on Avenue Hoche. This really long table, and the people that are the core of my festival, that I've been working with for years, they're in it, and then. Our president is Emmanuel Asmar, who I heard is in the latest issue of Vanity Fair.
Oh, okay. So there you go. You've got a.
I haven't seen it yet, but somebody. So
I like the fact that there's a real power at this table.
And great. And the treasurer is the ex-director general of Arte.
Yeah.
And now he's at Technic Art, and he's great. And I had both of them on my jury for the past 2 years. So they know how the festival works. And they said, you have to do some changes because, come on, it's like you run it like a charity. And they said, like, first of all, everyone that submits a film, there is not a festival around that there isn't a submission fee.
Yes. Yeah.
So, as of the next edition,
So there you go.
it's going to be €100 submission fee, 50 for students. Because I said, oh, I want students free, and they said no. They can get the €50 from their parents. It's not like a huge thing.
They have to, and then in that way, almost you'll have people submitting who are possibly more serious and better, which would be
a filter.
Exactly. Listen, I wish you so much luck, and we'll be there to support. So please submit your films, and there will be a charge, but that means it's good work. Thanks so much for being here on Bed with me in Rome. It's been fantastic. Thanks so much. Thank you very much. Goodbye.